This week, we're heading back to Tillis Hill Recreation Area in Lecanto, Florida. While we're there, we'll meet up with our friends Jeff and Marcy, who show us a few new spots we've never experienced before.
We catch an incredible sunset at Fort Island Beach, and then we head to the freezer for some of the best peel and eat shrimp around. And they also give us a tour of their hometown of Inverness, including a stop at Noodle World for lunch and a visit to the Florida's Antique Mall.
Along the way, we squeeze in a little off-roading and plenty of relaxation back at the campground. But the highlight of the trip? I get behind the wheel of the motorhome, so make sure you stick around until the end for that.
So last night we ended up going with Jeff and Marcy down to Fort Island Beach. Never had heard of this before, near Crystal River. It's actually just down the road from Crystal Isles, the Thousand Trails campground we've stayed at before down there. Well, this is something we have never experienced before. Fort Island Beach, didn't even know it was here.
We are all the way out at the tip, almost.
Yeah. Very close to Crystal Isles Thousand Trails that we've stayed at before. So when we come to Thousand Trails, Crystal Isles the next time, we're definitely gonna have to come down here and check this out.
Beautiful.
Learned a little bit of interesting history about it when I Googled it. It was used by Confederate soldiers back in the Civil War to ambush ships of the Union coming into Crystal River. Hence why it's called a fort. But wow, what a beautiful sunset there. It was absolutely gorgeous. And this morning is even more gorgeous here at Tillis Hill. Out riding the bike, checking out the campground, seeing how busy it is, and it's busy. There's only a couple empty spots so far in here this time. And something new here at Tillis Hill from the last time that we were here is that they actually allow dogs now. Our last trip here, we were stopped by a ranger and told that Nikki wasn't allowed to be here, but we convinced her that we were one of only 3 campers in the campground, and the other 2 campers were friends of ours, and that Nikki doesn't really leave the RV anymore because she's so old at that point. But now they do allow you to bring your dogs, and they have definitely done some improvements to this campground. So one thing I forgot to mention is last night after we watched the sunset at Fort Island Beach, we ended up heading on over to Homosassa and the freezer, which Jeff and Marcy had never been to before. So it's always fun taking good friends to places that you love and they've never been. And I think they definitely fell in love with the shrimp there. It's one of the things we love about coming here to Tillis Hill and another campground up here, Holder Mine, within the Withlacoochee River Forest, is all these little off-road trails that you can do. And I'm actually taking one on the bicycle right now. I'm noticing some signs out here on the trails today too, also saying this is closed to hunting. Over there, that road is closed to vehicles. So when you're off-roading up here, you just got to watch for these signs. You don't want to be caught on one of these roads that are closed because you will get cited and fined for it. If you're up here camping and you want to do a little off-roading, just watch for the signs. Don't go on any that say they're closed. But we're planning on this weekend just being a very, very chill weekend, which, you know, sometimes you just need a chill weekend where you're not doing a whole lot of anything, just hanging out with good friends, maybe enjoying a campfire, which that's what we plan on doing tonight, is having a campfire. And now I'm back out to the main road, and you can definitely see where this is all used to be gravel. So much nicer now, heading from Tillis Hill, from the main road out there, back here. It was only ever 1.5 miles, but 1.5 miles on gravel, it was always dirty. RV would get dirty, have to go really slow because it was kind of rough. So much nicer. We were saying yesterday when Alli was driving the RV on this road, first time driving the RV, super proud of her. Probably why the campground is really super full right now. Plus it's still, you know, it's still the shoulder season right now as far as snowbirds being here. So I'm sure a lot of these people in the campground right now probably are full-time snowbirders down here. But it is, man, you can't ask for better weather than it is right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait for Alli to get done working out so we can come out here and do some exploring. Oh, and if you're wondering why this is called Tillis Hill, well, I'm not sure who Tillis was, but this is the hill. It's a pretty good little hill heading up into the campground here, which is kind of fun on the electric bikes when you're going down the hill, going about 30 miles an hour. But going back up with the electric bike, it's a little slower, wide open. They really have improved this campground, as I was saying earlier. New gates, which I think they had this gate the last time, but the dump station has definitely been improved. Used to you pulling the grass here to dump. Now it's all pavement. All right, let's have our fingers crossed that Alli is ready to roll and we can get out and do some exploring now.
So we have received a package from this company called HIBAR. I reached out to them because I wanted to try and sample some of their products to be able to see how they are for life on the road. So let's see what they sent me. Lavender jasmine deodorant, bergamot cedar. Oh, I love bergamot cedar, so that's going to be a winner, I can already tell. Solid oil cleanser, removes makeup, oil and dirt, it says. Solid shampoo and conditioner, moisturizer. Soap-free body wash bar, exfoliant. It's sea salt and teak wood. Ooh, that sounds delightful. Shampoo bar, repair. Solid conditioner bar, so they go together. And the last thing is soap-free body wash bar, hydrate, vanilla and blue orchid. Whoa, that sounds really good too. We're in Brooksville, Florida. We're going to be doing some off-roading and some hiking, so we'll be trying these products out and we'll let you know what we think to see if it's worth it.
So I just got out of the shower, and I got to say that HIBAR shampoo sudsed up way more than I thought it would, because she's actually had me try, you know, the bar shampoo soaps before. I didn't care for it. This one, it suds. I mean, I just did this a little bit like this, and I set it down, and it sudsed up. The cream rinse didn't suds up that much,
but it's not really supposed to.
Yeah, but we'll see how it feels. I don't typically use a lot of cream rinse on my hair, so we'll see how it turns out with the cream rinse.
We're getting ready to go for a bike ride, and I'm going to try out this new HIBAR deodorant. It's bergamot and cedar, and I love these two smells together. We're going to see how it performs, because I'm going to be pretty sweaty after I ride the bike, and see if it holds the smell and if it keeps me dry. We'll find out. I'll let you know.
All right, so Alli's got me wearing that deodorant too, so we'll see. We'll see if it's.
I just have to say he has some stinky pits sometimes. Not gonna lie.
Well,
love you though.
Hey, strong enough for a man, but maybe it's made for a man. I don't know.
Strong enough for
Made for a woman, but strong enough for a man.
We're gonna find out if it works for him too. So I did my yoga, my red light therapy, and my working out, and now I'm ready to hit the trails.
Yeah, that is something new that we've started doing. She ordered a red light from Amazon, and I don't know, supposedly red light therapy is supposed to be good for what?
It's supposed to be good for your skin, like for cell regeneration and collagen and building and so forth, but it's also supposed to help with muscle pain. So I had an issue going on with my ankle. I had an issue going on with my the muscles in my stomach, my low back. I'm telling you, just putting it on there for a couple days helped so much. Like, I have no more pain now in all those areas that I was putting the red light on. Normally something like that, if I hurt myself, it would take weeks to get over, but it's taken only a couple days, so it's really helped me a lot. And Chuck is actually doing it for his hands and feet.
Yeah, I actually started putting my hands under the light because I've been having, you know, the issues with my joints and my hands. They feel arthritic and my tendons are tight. I haven't really noticed any difference, honestly, yet, but we'll see. Hopefully in time it will help. But for now, we're getting ready to hit out on some of these trails. Now, I think this is honestly the first time we've ever done any of these trails on our own. When you're staying here at Tillis Hill, you're not far from a couple really cool caves. We have an older video about Dame's Cave. I'll link that up here, and also I'll link it down in the description below if you want to check that out. Some really cool caves. It's not that long of a hike, especially this time of year when it's nice, the weather's nice. But if you are staying here at Tillis Hill, I would definitely say if you like hiking and you like to check out a cave, definitely check out Dame's Cave.
So we're out on the trails now. This is one of our favorite things to do while we stay here at Tillis Hill Campground, as they have these great off-roading trails. And we're trying to make a decision. Do we want to go left?
Or do we want to go right?
Or do we want to go right?
Or do we want to go straight?
Yeah. There's so many trails out here. I mean, you could go all day long.
Yeah,
we
and we have in the past with our friends the Stevensons and even Jeff and Marcy when we've been here in the past. I'm going to go left.
So much fun.
There is nothing more relaxing though than just getting out, enjoying nature.
I just love being able to look up, having the top down on the Bronco and seeing the beautiful pine trees.
Oh my gosh.
Which they are my favorite tree, by the way.
Yep. So the trail that's right outside Tillis Hill kind of dead ends right here, and it is gorgeous down here.
So beautiful.
We got so much water right now.
I feel like we're at the beach.
Well, the
sand.
last time we saw water like this, we saw a gator poking its head up out of it.
Yep.
So there could be gators.
I don't know how deep it is out there in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to find out either.
No, I don't think.
Unless you want to take your shoes off and wade out there.
That's okay. I'll pass.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. We woke up to the sound of rumbling motorcycles this morning. There must be some sort of motorcycle convention going on out here this weekend. Yeah, we see our first horse out here this morning walking. That is what Tillis Hill is known for, is bring your horses, and they have stables over here. We've seen a few horses this time. We were out biking yesterday.
It's a beautiful, beautiful time to ride a horse because the temperature is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Sunny.
This is the perfect Florida weather right here.
This is why people live here. This is the reason right now.
Or this is the reason why, snowbirds snowbird here, to get out of that cold northern weather, come down here and enjoy basically paradise for like 3 months, 4 months.
Yep.
Speaking of the horse stables, we just heard a horse going neigh-neigh. I think that's what you call it when they're neighing.
Yeah.
So this is something new we haven't seen here before, is they have some firewood here. There's the horses again with a donation box. So we'll probably come over here tonight and grab a little bit of firewood and enjoy our solo stove a second night tonight. It's crazy. It's the first we've gotten to use it this year.
I was telling Marcy last night, I said, when we were up north, it was snowing, it was too cold.
Yep.
And we were sick.
Yeah.
It just we haven't been able to have a fire in a long time.
No, and then we come back down here and we head to like Peace River and different places, and there's a fire ban going on.
That's right. I guess we've had enough rain recently that ban's been lifted.
At least in this area it has been, yeah. Nothing better than a campfire though.
I know.
I don't think. Seeing some empty sites in here this morning, and there was definitely, the site next to us has been empty this whole weekend so far, yet online everything was booked solid. So I guess maybe some no-shows, but we're out walking this morning, getting a little fresh air, and just walking the campground loops here. If you've never seen our previous videos from here, this is a great campground and a nice little close getaway for us.
Great place to take our Bronco off-roading.
No kidding. That is very true. I think today, we were talking this morning with Marcy, they're going to take us into Inverness, or vice versa, but we're going to go into Inverness and explore the town of Inverness a little bit. We've never really explored that town. Maybe we'll find some thrift stores that Alli wants to go in.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find a place to eat down there for lunch too. I'm already starting to think about lunch, and I just had breakfast. All these people here are getting ready to go do some off-road, and that's definitely what it's known for up here. That and horses. We did a little off-roading yesterday, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And that was a lot of fun. All right, so I guess we are getting ready to head down and do a little exploring with Jeff and Marcy in the town of Inverness today. Well, we just got through exploring the cute little town of Inverness, Florida, which is fairly close to Tillis Hill. If you're staying here, definitely highly recommend going and checking out this little downtown. Jeff and Marcy took us over to, what was it, Liberty
Park?
Yeah.
And it was beautiful there. They had some kind of a market going on.
Yeah.
But they were closing up by the time we got there.
Yeah, all the vendors, were packing their stuff up. But she said it has really grown since they've lived here in the area, just of how many vendors there are there. So that was cool.
Then they took us around the lake there. There was a really pretty boardwalk, and everybody was out wanting to look at the beautiful water. And I definitely want to go back there because it was so peaceful.
Yes.
then we were getting pretty hungry, and we were trying to figure out a place to go out for a bite to eat. And they suggested, since we've really been liking pho lately, they said that there's a really good restaurant called Noodle World right there. And oh my gosh, I have to say, next to the one in Zephyr Hills, it's right up there of the best I've ever had. It was so, so good. The flavor, they give you tons of noodles and meat. It was really, really good. So next time we're here, gonna go to Noodle World again, which might be next weekend.
But don't let Alli fool you. She might have enjoyed the pho. The pho was great, but what was even better than the pho was what was right next door where we went next, and that was the Florida Antique Mall. And this place was huge.
OMG. So it was the thrift mall of all thrift malls I've ever been to. Humongous place. And it was really cool. Had to have all these different sections set up with booths, basically. So like if you want to rent out that space, you could, and put all your artwork or whatever it is that you wanted to sell there. So
antiques, yeah. I mean, it was kind of like a flea market.
I was so excited. I felt like it was the whole Bath and Body Works candle sale where you can get them for like $9.99 because I got 2 of them for $10. My favorite smell is sweater weather, and I saw it and I was like, whoa.
Okay, so I gotta say, is there anyone else out there like Alli that has such a daggone addiction to Bath and Body Works? If you do, let us know in the comments and let us know what your favorite candle or
your favorite
fragrance
smell,
is.
yeah.
Because she'll tell you that that's her favorite, and then next week she'll find another one and be like, oh, this is my favorite. And they're all her favorites. She loves them all.
I know.
Oh, but it was a cool antique mall, really cool. And I'm definitely gonna come back here and bring my sister because
Yes.
we spent a lot of time in there.
I got a real copper Native American bracelet.
And
It was really cool.
we scored with 3 more albums to add to our collection. I mean, we could have probably found a lot more records because they had a ton of records in there, but we had to bring it down a little bit.
We ended up with 3.
We ended up with the Jimmy Buffett, the Cars, and who was the third one?
Midnight Blue.
Oh, Lou Gramm. That's right, Lou Gramm, the album with Midnight Blue, which I love.
So then as we finished up shopping, they could tell that I was waning. I was like, I need a nap. I have a full belly. And he said, well, we have to take you down this particular drive because it's a canopy drive with the trees coming together. If you know what I'm talking about, those kind of streets, absolutely gorgeous.
Yep, it was in Floral City.
Floral City.
Which I'm trying to talk Alli into next weekend when we're at Cypress Glen, riding the electric bikes all the way to Floral City. I said it's probably 12 to 15 miles on the, what do they call that trail? The Withlacoochee River Trail, the old train track, trestle trail. And so, I don't know if
my butt can handle it.
It'd be cool if we could, because we noticed there was a couple little cool places there, like to get a drink and a bar and restaurant. It was pretty cool. All right, so this might not end well. Who knows? But this is going to be the first time that Miss Alli has driven the Class A.
Oh my land.
We figured this would be a good little road to test on. Shouldn't be any traffic. And they've resurfaced this road going to Tillis Hill. It used to be gravel. So now it is all nicely paved. So I figured this would be a good opportunity for her to get a little experience. All right, so we're going to let her drive. Let's see, we got 1.4 miles to where we have to turn in. We'll let her drive for a mile or so, just to get a little bit of a feel for the RV. All right, check your camera. Anything
nobody's
back
coming.
there? Okay, watch we don't hit this thing, so cut her fairly sharp. You're good over here. Now remember, look in your mirrors and you're right on the edge of the road there. Can you see everything?
See it. Yep.
Okay, take your hazards off. She's doing it, folks.
I'm doing it.
She is driving the Class A motorhome.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I think it's a good idea that she kind of has a little bit of familiarity with it because, I mean, if God forbid something happened,
Yeah.
she might need to drive it a little ways. She is riding this outside edge, that's for sure.
Well, that's what you do.
I know. This is nice since they resurfaced this road. Probably why Tillis Hill is way more busy now than what it used to be.
I feel like I'm driving over into the other lane.
Well, there's nothing coming, so you don't have to.
I know, but what I'm saying
get
is
so much.
it's a weird feeling.
Oh, I
It
know.
feels like you are.
It's big. It's a big rig. It is a big mama.
Babe, mama.
Got some trees hanging over the road here. You might want to go to the center just a hair, just to be safe.
How's it feel being a passenger princess?
Hey, that's right.
How's it feel being a passenger?
I'm the passenger princess right now, although I can't relax too much because she's making me nervous, being it's her first time. But she's doing great. Doing great. Now we got to figure out where we're going to pull over to let me take back over.
Yeah.
I might let her turn on the entrance there, and we'll switch there. That way she gets a little practice actually turning the RV, making a turn. There's a car coming.
There comes a car.
And, well, you're going to get your first experience
There
of
we go.
letting a car. You're fine over here. Whew. Yeah, did good. You're right on the edge of the road. I bet your hands are sweaty as a mofo.
Yep. They're drenched.
Turning right. Oh, they paved this, resurfaced this too. It's nice.
Is this one way?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess we'll just let her take it up to the gate and then I'll switch over at the gate. That truck went straight, so he's not behind us. This is awesome. I could get used to being a passenger princess, I'm just saying. Or a passenger prince, I should say. You feel like you're driving a semi?
Oh, yeah.
You might get to where you like this, actually. Okay.
I mean, I can see out really good.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just that feeling of you're so big. Okay, go to the right.
To the left. Inner code here.
Oh, it's already opening.
No, it just closed.
Oh. Am I going through this thing?
Yep. No, I'm going to switch.
Okay.
Alli did great driving the RV. Now I'm back in the driver's seat and we're looking for our site here, which is site 25. I believe we've stayed in site 25 before. I think that's pretty much going to wrap up our time here at Tillis Hill. We wanted to mention one thing as we're leaving this week, guys, real quick. If you don't know about the hype button on YouTube, if you're on your mobile app, there's a hype button that you can click. If you do that, it kind of helps the small creator channels like us out. So don't forget to hit that, as well as hitting the like button, dropping a comment, and if you're not subscribed.
And be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
All right, guys, we will see you in our next... All right, guys, we will see you in our next adventure. That is, if Alli survives all the caterpillars that are falling out here right now, because it's raining. It's raining.
It's raining caterpillars. Oh my God.
See you guys.